In the age of social media and readily available online information, do-it-yourself treatments and home remedies for nearly every aspect of personal care have become increasingly popular. From skincare routines to natural hair masks, people are eager to find affordable, accessible, and sometimes unconventional solutions to their everyday problems. However, when it comes to intimate health, specifically vaginal health, the rise of DIY treatments carries unique risks and considerations that are important to understand. The vagina is a remarkable and complex organ. It is self-cleaning, delicately balanced, and home to a unique ecosystem of bacteria and yeast that keep it healthy. This balance can be easily disrupted, and introducing foreign substances or unproven remedies can lead to unintended consequences. So, what actually happens when you attempt DIY treatments with your vagina? Let's delve into the science, the risks, and the realities behind some of the most common trends. First, it's crucial to understand how the vagina maintains its own health. The vaginal canal is lined with mucous membranes and is naturally acidic, with a pH usually between 3.8 and 4.5. This slight acidity is essential for maintaining a healthy balance between good bacteria, known as lactobacilli, and other microorganisms, including yeast. Lactobacilli produce lactic acid, hydrogen peroxide, and other substances that help prevent the overgrowth of harmful bacteria and fungi. When this balance is disrupted, symptoms such as itching, burning, unusual discharge, or odors can occur. One of the most common misconceptions is that the vagina needs to be cleaned with special products, scents, or home remedies. In reality, the vagina is self-cleaning. The vulva, which is the external part of the female genitalia, can be gently cleaned with water and mild, unscented soap if desired. But the internal vaginal canal does not require and should not be subjected to vigorous cleaning or the introduction of foreign substances. Despite this, a variety of DIY treatments have gained popularity, especially through viral videos and blog posts. Some suggest using yogurt, garlic, herbal steam baths, apple cider vinegar, or even inserting objects like jade eggs. Each of these carries its own set of risks. Take, for example, the use of yogurt. It's true that yogurt contains live cultures of lactobacilli, the same beneficial bacteria that are found in a healthy vagina. Some people believe that applying yogurt directly to the vagina can help treat yeast infections or restore balance. While there is some anecdotal evidence supporting this, the practice is not without risk. Commercial yogurt may contain added sugars, flavors, or preservatives that can actually feed harmful yeast or irritate the sensitive vaginal tissue. Additionally, directly introducing foreign bacteria, even if they're good, bypasses the body's natural defenses and could lead to further imbalance or infection. Medical-grade probiotics, specifically designed for vaginal use, are a safer alternative and should only be used under medical supervision. Garlic is another frequently mentioned home remedy, often recommended for its natural antifungal properties. There have been some laboratory studies suggesting that garlic extract can inhibit the growth of Candida, the yeast responsible for most yeast infections. However, these studies involve purified extracts, not whole garlic cloves. Inserting a clove of garlic into the vagina, as some DIY sources suggest, can be dangerous. Garlic can cause burns, irritation, and allergic reactions. Its shape and texture also pose a risk of it becoming lodged or breaking apart, potentially leading to further complications or infection. Herbal steam baths, sometimes called vaginal steaming, have roots in traditional medicine in some cultures and are marketed as a way to cleanse the uterus, balance hormones, or improve fertility. These claims are not supported by scientific evidence. In fact, exposing sensitive vaginal tissue to hot steam can cause burns, disrupt the natural flora, and increase the risk of infections. The vagina does not need to be detoxed. It is already well equipped to maintain its own health. Apple cider vinegar is another popular home remedy, often touted for its supposed ability to restore vaginal pH or fight infection. Some people attempt to use it as a douche or add it to bath water. However, the acidity of apple cider vinegar can be too harsh for delicate vaginal tissue, leading to burns, irritation, or further disruption of the natural pH. Douching in general, whether with vinegar or commercial products, is strongly discouraged by medical professionals, as it can wash away protective bacteria and increase susceptibility to bacterial vaginosis, yeast infections, and even sexually transmitted infections. Jade eggs and other objects marketed for vaginal wellness have also made headlines. Proponents claim they can strengthen pelvic floor muscles, increase sexual pleasure, or balance hormones. However, inserting foreign objects into the vagina that are not designed for medical use carries significant risks. These objects can introduce bacteria, cause abrasions, or become stuck, requiring medical intervention for removal. The pelvic floor can be strengthened through safe, evidence-based exercises like Kegels, without the need for potentially hazardous devices. Perhaps the most significant risk of DIY vaginal treatments is the potential to mask or worsen underlying medical conditions. Symptoms like unusual discharge, persistent itching, burning, or pain should not be ignored or self-treated without consulting a healthcare professional. While some infections, like mild yeast infections, can occasionally be self-managed with over-the-counter medications, it is important to get an accurate diagnosis before starting any treatment. Misdiagnosing a condition or delaying appropriate care can lead to complications or chronic issues. Beyond the physical risks, there is also an emotional and psychological dimension to the trend of DIY vaginal treatments. The pressure to achieve some ideal of cleanliness, tightness, or purity can stem from societal myths, cultural norms, or misinformation. It's important to remember that vaginas are naturally diverse in appearance, scent, and function, and most variations are entirely normal. Marketing campaigns that promote unnecessary products or treatments often prey upon insecurities, leading people to believe they need to fix something that is not actually a problem. So, what is the best way to take care of your vaginal health? The answer is surprisingly simple. Less is more. Gently wash the external genital area with water and, if needed, a mild, unscented soap. Wear breathable, cotton underwear and avoid tight-fitting clothing that can trap moisture. Wipe from front to back after using the toilet to prevent the spread of bacteria. During menstruation, change pads or tampons regularly and avoid scented products. If you are sexually active, practice safe sex and consider regular sexual health screenings. If you experience symptoms like itching, burning, new or unusual discharge, persistent odor, pain during sex, or bleeding outside of your normal menstrual cycle, consult a healthcare provider. Many vaginal symptoms are caused by common conditions like yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, or sexually transmitted infections, all of which can be accurately diagnosed and effectively treated with appropriate medical care. For those interested in natural or holistic health, there are safe ways to support your body's well-being. Maintaining a balanced diet, managing stress, and getting enough sleep can all contribute to a healthy immune system, which in turn supports vaginal health. If you're curious about probiotics, speak with your healthcare provider about options that are backed by evidence and designed for vaginal use. It is worth emphasizing that medical expertise exists for a reason. Gynecologists, nurse practitioners, and sexual health professionals are trained to help you understand your body, answer your questions, and provide safe, effective treatment. There is no shame in seeking help or asking questions about intimate health. In fact, advocating for your own health is one of the most empowering things you can do. In summary, while the appeal of DIY treatments is understandable, offering a sense of control, affordability, and sometimes even secrecy, they are rarely safe or effective when it comes to vaginal health. The vagina is a resilient, self-sufficient organ that rarely needs intervention. Most home remedies can do more harm than good, risking irritation, infection, or even more serious complications. When in doubt, trust your body's natural processes and don't hesitate to reach out to a medical professional for guidance. Your health, comfort, and peace of mind are always worth prioritizing.